Hello and welcome to the American Outback. Welcome. We have been doing a bunch of stuff off camera today. We have done some seeding of field. Well, we actually bought field 2, and we ploughed it, we've seeded it, and we've merged 8 and 7, and we've seeded those as one big field. Currently seeding 18. We've put what we put? We've put rye on 18, wheat on 8/7, and 2 has had grass put on it. The idea of that is to just have as a ready supply of grass close to the farm that we can just do with a mower with a helper and have done with it. The other thing we've done off camera actually is purchase some cows. So we have purchased 100 cows. We've dropped them in, we've fed them, we've got TMR sorted and everything else. So that's kind of up and running and producing. So that's good. That's going to tick over. I'm probably going to buy another 100 cows, just like I did on Cherry Hills, because I just want to kickstart that so you've got a bit more animals. So what are we going to do today? Well, this episode we're going to do something with field 1, and I've been thinking about this. What do I want to do with field 1? And we have one forestry area, which is this big area here, but the one thing I've not done so far on Farming Sim at all is plant some trees. I have not done that, so I've kind of decided that field 1 is going to become a little forest. We're going to plant some trees. So we are going to purchase the required for that. There's a few little things to do. So up at the farm, up at the shop, we've got a manure spreader and a tractor for that. That's kind of going to get moved down to the farm later on. We need to set up something to pick up the manure and load it as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of shopping to get some equipment so we can do this. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get a wheel loader. I think. No, I really don't like the size of the buckets on those. They're not very big. Okay, so let's. Hold on. No, it's even smaller. Have we got a bigger bucket? We need a fork. Nope, that's smaller. That's annoying. Okay. Right, okay, let's not touch that just yet then. Let's get the forestry gear that we need. So we need this guy, which is the tree planter. And that is all we need on that front. We will be buying a Scorpion King for us to use in this, and we need a logging trailer. But we're going to do this bit first, and then we'll buy the logging gear later. We need a tractor that can do 100 horsepower, so we just need a little something for that. We are not going to move this down to the farm because it's pretty close to the shop anyway. We need a tractor for this. So let's have a look. What shall we get? Well, we could get something that's tracked, but I don't think so. Did I have the stealth? No, I didn't have the stealth one installed. We could use the piston bully. That's not got... No, we can't use the piston bully because it doesn't have the power. Does it? I wonder. I want to get one of those anyway to run the this thing. You know what? I'm going to get a piston body because I like that. It's a useful little tool, and I can cheat a little bit. So I'm going to buy one of this, and so I'm going to buy that, and I am going to buy. See, I'm not going to buy weight for it just yet, but so, you know, I'll just get that by itself. I think that should be enough. Let's. Oops, wanted the wrong button. Let's enter the piston belly. Hopefully this will fit. I do like this little guy. It's such a cool little piece of kit, and I'm using quite a bit on the on Cherry Hills. So yeah, okay. Now let's check something. So we definitely yes, that works. Okay, so we need to get some pallets. We need pallets of saplings. So we don't need this guy. We need the pallets of saplings. These are trees. So we need those. Let's just fill this guy up. Let's take this over to the field. The field is being prepared. I'm intrigued to see how this is going to work. I really am. So we're at the top of field 20. We definitely don't want to do field 20. Field 1 is the tiny little field. But basically, when we buy 19 at some point, we'll actually just merge these two together. Assuming, of course, this is a very small little field, but I don't know how many trees we'll get on here. So we're going to lower. Okay, we're going to do a couple of the, oops, wrong one. So on the right, actually I don't mind the width on this. So we're gonna go. So just let's put this here and turn it on. That's weird. That is weird. Maybe if I do that. Nope. Stop it. I hate it when it does that. It's this guy, and it always goes in circles, but it's really annoying because it's not the way I want it to go. Not sure why this isn't planting. No, this doesn't seem to want to plant. This is very strange. Okay, let's maybe this isn't a good vehicle to do it on. Let's park this here for the moment. We have a tractor at the store. Let's just grab this. This is more than capable of doing this. Let's try with this guy. Whoops, too much corner. Maybe it was because of the power requirement. I don't know. I'll have this with other equipment on that, so puzzled. I hope this works, because this kind of breaks my idea if this doesn't work. Yes. Okay. It was the tractor. So, okay, so we're placing these. I was thinking of doing some what I call agroforestry, something I actually saw it on the Daggerman episode. I wasn't sure about the way he was doing it because he was using. It was quite weird because basically he's placed it with one width of crop in between the trees, which yeah, that's fine as long as the width is right. And he was using a relatively narrow cedar, so the width looked just a little bit off. In the sense that basically he would effectively have this issue of he'd probably be hitting trees with a combine. If I was going to do it, I'd probably do it essentially two cedar widths. Say on a 12. I would probably do like a 12 meter times 2 width and then trees. But yeah, we're just doing this on this piece with these trees, and we'll just see how this goes. The idea here is use the field, because we're using the helper's just going to make sure they're always on the field. I'm not sure how far apart it's going to do them. This could be quite a lot of trees. Oh, this is going to be really narrow. This is actually going to be really, that's really narrow. That is actually really a lot narrower than I thought it would be. The working width is really small. I wonder if we use the AI extension, put it on this, can we no, we can't actually get him to do no, we can't. Interesting. In that case we won't. I can't specify the width. So I'm actually going to skip. So I'm going to kind of manually skip. Did that plan one already? I didn't plan one at the beginning, but that's fine. They're a little bit offset as well. But it doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm going to just let the worker do this so we don't have to go buy more saplings. But essentially I'm going to get it to I'm going to manually skip the rows as we do it. It's not a huge field, to be honest. And I could just let it go for it, but there would literally be very, very tight trees. So we'll definitely just sort of let these, and what I'll probably do is I think I may just sort of I might just cut this, sort of, we'll do a couple of rows like this, and then we'll yeah, we'll probably cut it, and unfortunately I've got to do my little trick with the hasn't landed one yet. So yeah, it's going to take a little while to do. I don't want to have these too close, so definitely just use the GPS mod width to kind of keep them a good distance apart. It would be good to be able to tell the AI worker to literally skip a row or specify the working width. Maybe it does do that. I just don't know actually. This is AI vehicle extension. I must actually check to see if it's an updated version. What the width offset does, I'm not sure, and turn offset is basically how it turns. Not sure about this. I'm really not sure. Now is not the time to play with it to find out. Because I am seeding and I don't want to mess this up. Of course, this has turned left. This is the age-old problem I have. But doesn't turn left or doesn't turn right when I want it to. There's weirdness with helpers. Okay, so we haven't had a tree plant yet. It seems to do it on that offset. Okay, well we'll be back when this is close to be finished. Okay, so we're back and we're picking up where we left off. Well, as you can see, we've done quite a bit more of the field. So we're just kind of starting off again. We're using things. Some of the trees are getting done on the verge, which is a little annoying, and they're getting out of step. But hey, it doesn't matter. We've got 2 more rows of this field, so we've done all of that. Taken us a little while. This is the slowest ever cedar planter, whatever, on the face of the planet, and yeah, it's slow. I remember doing Hagenstad, planting populars on field 1, which if memory serves is like a 20 hectare field, and it took it took so long that basically it had done like a third in like 6 hours, and I decided that I needed two other tractors doing the planting at the same time to try and speed it up. So yeah, it's the slowest ever. They go 3 miles an hour. It's ridiculous. I know you kind of, to be realistic, it's a tree planter. It goes slow. And sorry about that. And yeah, so yeah, it's slow, but it is ridiculously slow. We actually planted a couple of rows manually as well with these trees. I was trying something out. I was trying to see if I could actually do it a little quicker, but nope, it wasn't going for it. So we have to do the annoying little trick of get in, get out. I was basically trying to get GPS mod to essentially do the work for me and do the turns, but it failed miserably because it would basically not skip. So it would literally skip a row every time. Such is the turning circle of this tractor. So I kind of had to manually pick it up at that point. So we'll do the last row, and we've got our trees. A whole bunch of stuff planting now on this one. I need to just fold up the planter that's up on, I think, field 8. Yeah, sorry, 18. I think it's by 18. So that just needs folding up. We'll finish up at that point, but this has been quite a full-on episode. I've just literally planted tons of trees, and it looks, if you kind of look at this, it actually, there is a pattern there, strangely enough. There is an actual pattern, although it kind of gets messed up in little parts, but there is an actual pattern, strangely enough. So I do find it kind of funny that the workers wear trainers. You know, there's no work boots to be seen. You know, the trainers and shorts. And I remember the kid going on a farm, and you wouldn't even be allowed anywhere near a piece of machinery with trainers on. It was boots, or well, it was boots basically. That's basically what we're, the only thing we're allowed to sort of do. Right, so we are done. I ain't gonna turn back and do another row. So we are done. So I'm a bit upset the piston bully, sorry, is not working with the planter. I'm gonna take the planter back to the farm. Trying to remember the way round actually. So that's the other forest there. That's the pre-planted one that I planted when I was updating the map. It took me a while to do that. Several attempts actually. Getting those trees so they literally like they're duplicated and they're planted at the right height, and I found a couple of scripts to help, but in the Giants editor, but for some reason they all just made it worse. I ended up with a whole bunch. I had one script which basically just planted trees for me, and you like say how many you wanted and the area you wanted it planted in, and it planted them, but it planted them all 85 like meters above the ground. It was really weird. There was some odd quirky bug thing in the script. Right, I'm going to try to figure out a place to put this. We're not going to use this for a while. I think we'll stick it in there. Okay. There we go. What I will do whilst I'm here is I will reset this guy back to the farm, because well, the tractor's all the way over here, so it's been delivered to the farm, so we're good. So we do need to figure out how to. Really don't want to I don't want to get the milling machine on this map, but it is so good at what it does. It's not hugely realistic. I don't want to use conveyors because they're a pain in the ass, and there's so little space around the farmyard here. There is just so little space. I'd almost be tempted, and this is, I know it's so cheeky, I might modify the map. I'm trying to figure out, we've got, I might add a silo king. I might add a silo king to this, so basically you just draw underneath and it loads you. It would be so, actually, I don't know if it'll work, but we could try that. I'm going to drop him here for the moment because I do need to sort of fill that, and it'll just remind me at some point to fill this guy. This needs filling, but we're working off pallets at the moment for the pigs. Just plonk the pallet down there and it's actually just going to feed over time. I just want to check how much size we've got left. We don't have much, so that's a small pile there. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So this is the man truck for the animals. I do actually need to move this. I want to get some more animals. I'm just debating whether getting them now. No, I'm not going to get them just yet because I need to get more TMR stuff done. I need way more TMR and grass and stuff, so we do need to do another mow and stuff before we do that. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just let that slide as it is for the moment. I don't have a milk trigger put down, and I'm thinking I should. I might pop it. Do I have the milk trigger? I should add it to the map, to be honest. And I might just do that. So I've got a feeling I don't actually have it installed. I don't have it installed. Oh yes, I do. Basically, I could just drop that down somewhere, which is not letting me put it. Actually, not letting me put it where I want to put it. I want to put it somewhere just by here. So, kind of gonna put it in a like. I want to put it just sort of. That is really weird. I can put it inside the building, but I can't put it like here. But I can put it in the building. I will look at that later. I may actually add that to the map. There's a couple of things I want to sort of tweak the map. One of which is basically milk trigger. I might just put something that'll do the loading of the manure as well. We shall see. Okay, so we're down to our last 4 million. We've planted on field 1. Interestingly, it will be. What does it show up as? It doesn't show up as anything. It actually doesn't show as being planted. Okay, I don't know how tree planting works. I've never actually planted trees before. I've always cut them down, but I've cut them down because I want to make space, not because I actually want to grow them to process them. And this is a map with very few trees on it, so to add trees is, if you want forestry of any form, even though there's a sawmill on here, you need to plant trees. Granted, I added them for the map edit, but I've added we've planted trees here, and I've never, this is the first time I've never actually done that for saplings. Anyway, I've done poplars and stuff, and I really don't want to do poplars. They are a pain in the ass to harvest, so painful. There's so many issues with poplars and harvesting them. So that should be interesting. We got lots of trees anyway out of that. It does give us a couple of options to how to run the composter as well, because composter is going to need either straw, or it's going to go with straw wood chips as probably the main two that we pop into it. Diesel is going to be an interesting thing with that, because we're going to have to fill the diesel up. So we're going to have to do something with the biogas plant first. So we'll drop some straw in there, get a bit of digestate, and then work from that. I'm going to do straw on this field. So that's the plan. So we'll do a straw collection off field 18. So it isn't that huge, it's going to be massively painful. 8 and 7 we won't do straw on. It does mean we'll have loads of straw for the farm. If we did straw here, actually it would be easier to store it down here. But this is a much bigger field now, and I put wheat on there, it's actually fine. So either of those two will do straw. Well, we'll see. Anyway, so that is everything I think from the farm today. I'm just going to get that saved. We haven't done any major purchases, but we have bought a few pieces of equipment today. We've done a whole bunch of planting. Got cows up and running. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the sheep or not yet. I haven't quite decided. I think I might, because wool's always good. I did find a mod that I'm going to review when I get a chance to, which is a fabric mod. So you take your wool from your sheep, instead of selling it to the spinnery, which is the only thing you can do with it at the moment, it uses it to make fabric, which is kind of cool. That is actually a really cool idea, and I might actually borrow that idea and put create a mod that does that. So yes, it's definitely I'll definitely do something like that possibly. Anyway, with that, thank you for watching today's episode. This has gone a bit longer than I wanted it to do. We will see you all next time. So thanks for watching, and if you like the episode, hit the like button. If you want to see more of this series on American Outback or on Cherry Hills, please subscribe to the channel, but also subscribe for the other stuff that we post. We've got live stream, we've got some of the game stuff that I've been playing as well. I've been playing Dreadnought recently, and I posted a couple of things for that. But yeah, please subscribe, and with that, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.